Welcome to Flipping Thursdays. I am Travey Fines, the Flipping Queen, and I am really happy today to share with you basically what kind of things should you be looking for when you're looking at a potential property. And so I get my students in my program ask me all the time, what makes a great property? And I do talk about it even in my webinar, but not. I don't go into. I don't have time to go into too much depth on my webinar. But today I want to. I just want to talk more about what it is I'm looking for, how I find a great opportunity. And so to start with, we know that the first rule of thumb is a great location. Okay, so we know that, right? Location, location, location. Everyone hears the slogan. It's ingrained in us. But I believe that a great location doesn't necessarily mean like the best neighborhood. It could be not a great neighborhood and still be a great opportunity. So when you're looking at potential properties, it could be not a great like beautiful location. Like I mean, there's the ultimate. There's the dream location, right? Where it's a leafy, beautiful green. I mean, this is what everybody wants: beautiful green neighborhood with safe and quiet. Okay, that's the ultimate location. Everybody wants that. We know there's a high demand for that. But when you're a beginner flipper, you may not be able to afford that area in your city or town where you're working. That area might be just out of reach for you. So you may end up being on the other side of the tracks sometimes. And I have absolutely flipped properties that have been on the other side, the wrong side, they say, of the tracks. And that's okay, because as long as you do your due diligence, it still may be an awesome opportunity. And I'm going to go back to what I always talk about, which is working with the right realtor and having that key person on your team that's going to be able to help you as an investor. And not every real estate agent has the skills or the experience or the understanding of what investors are looking for. So you really need to align yourself with a realtor that really does know and understand and works with investors, okay? And this, I cannot stress enough, this is exactly the reason why I, as an investor, got my real estate license. Okay, I was not satisfied with the service that I was getting from real estate agents. And so if you are interested and want to get into real estate, and absolutely everyone should be in real estate, you may consider becoming a real estate agent to support your own needs. And that's good. So if you want to drop a comment in, below this presentation, then if you need any help to figure out how to do that, I'm certainly able to do that and help you. If you need any help actually finding a real estate agent, if you are an investor, drop a comment and I can help you with that as well. And I might as well just say it since I'm here. If you're a realtor and you want to learn how to become a realtor that specializes in helping investors, not only can I help you do that, but I can also potentially use your services on my real estate team in my brokerage. So there's many options. So if there's any of those things that are of interest to you, drop a comment below this presentation, and I am happy to help you with that. So my point is that we can't all start in the leafy neighborhood of our city, because sometimes it's just a very expensive area. So if you end up in an area that's on the other side of the tracks, that's okay. Make sure you're doing your due diligence. Okay, so you're either a realtor and working, or you're working with a realtor that understands this. So you need to look at the comparables, the comparable sales in that area. You need to know that that area is, maybe it's an up and coming area. You know, maybe it's an area in transition, which is good. You don't want to be the pioneer, and I keep stressing this to all of my members and listeners, followers, is that you don't want to be the one that's going to strike out and do it you're going to be the first one to do something. Certainly not when you're a beginner. Okay, I may do something like that because I have lots of experience, but for my members and beginner real estate investors, you definitely do not want to do something unique. All right, because you can get yourself in a lot of trouble doing that. So make sure you do due diligence on the comparables on the street. So if you are looking at an area that may be sketchy, with some spottiness, right? Like in cities, like we find lots of areas that are kind of spotty in the sense that, you know, we call them the up and coming areas. Make sure you do your due diligence and check out your competition. What houses have sold for? Which houses were fixed up, and what did they get when they sold them? And you got to study the market. So as long as you're doing your due diligence, working with a real estate agent that is specialized in helping investors, you could potentially pick a location that, you know, is in one of those spotty areas, or, you know, it could even be, you know, even less desirable than just spotty, right? It could be even worse, but it just depends on what the market is doing. And this is why it's so key to be working with a specialized realtor that can help you with that. You know, some of these rundown areas might be actually, there might be a plan for them to be redeveloped into condos or you know, or something like that, and what do you call it? Not rehabilitated, but making the area better again. So sometimes the city has these kind of plans, and you may pick up something for not a lot of money, and maybe in 5 years it's going to be worth a lot more because of the city plan. So there's definitely opportunities in seedy areas. Poor seediness. So location, the other factor that I find very important for my lifestyle, and I lead a flipping great life, so lifestyle is very important to me. I do not want to commute to the office. Okay, I don't want to have to drive in traffic for an hour to get to my work. So I always tell my students and members to just start where you are, work with what you have. Start at home. Look around your house. Is there a potential flip right under your feet? Like, why not just start there? And let's say your house isn't a potential flip. You've beautified it, you've renovated it, it's up to date, it's gorgeous. Well, then it's probably time to sell it and get yourself into a fixer-upper. And where would I look for that fixer-upper? Close to home. Okay, I don't want to go on long commutes to go to my work. I like to walk a few blocks. You know, I like it to be convenient, because that's part of what's important to me, is to have that amazing, easy lifestyle, that flipping great lifestyle. So I totally believe that there's opportunity literally right around the corner. On your block, most likely, there's opportunity. You don't have to think about going to another city that's going to be like an hour drive. You know, how How much attention do you think you can give your investment if it's an hour away? Like, I don't like that. I just did a renovation on my farm property. It was almost an hour drive to get there. Do you think I gave it the same attention that I would give a property 1 block away from my home? No, I won't. And there are side effects to that you don't have the same, you don't have your thumb on it. And think, I don't know if you saw one of my videos. I was up at the farm picking up trash because the trades didn't do their job properly. And this is one of the drawbacks of being far away from my site. Right? I wasn't there close enough to keep an eye on what they were doing. And I didn't have a full-time site supervisor, which, you're not going to probably have a full-time site supervisor when you're starting out. You're doing, much smaller projects that don't require somebody there to babysit full-time. And my farm or my modern farmhouse renovation did not require a full-time site supervisor. So I would organize the trades from my, location in the city, which and the farm is an hour away, and I would do all my coordination on the phone and give them a lockbox to go use to go get the work done. And of course, things fell through the cracks. Like they didn't do 100% of what I wanted them to do because nobody was there pointing it out. So that is a good lesson, I think, for all of you investors listening to me today, is to, work within your area. There's no reason why you cannot find good opportunities close to you. Good opportunities are everywhere. They're everywhere, in every city, every town, every small town, every big city, every small town, and everything in between. You can find opportunities. It doesn't matter. They're not scarce. There's no scarcity in this world. This is an abundant world. And that is when you have the mindset that it's an abundant world. And that is also something that is, I speak on every Monday, Mindset Mondays. Every Monday I speak about mindset and how using the law of attraction, helps you to perceive the great opportunities, because they exist everywhere and they exist in every market. Okay. You can find a great deal in every market. You can find a great deal in every city, every town. There's great deals everywhere. And right now we are experiencing this crazy pandemic, and there's great deals happening. This is like whenever the market goes down a bit, it's a great time to buy because people are scared. They are in a fear-based mode. They are worried that the market's going to crash and everyone's going to go off. I don't know, fall down and flail on the ground. I don't know what they are expecting, but the bottom line is that people still need to live in houses. They still need a place to live regardless. So there'll be trading real estate happening, whether they're scaling up or scaling down. I mean, there's so much innovation and creativity happening in this COVID period. I mean, we are all pivoting in our businesses. And so there might be a lot of trades happening in real estate. I mean, there's a lot of people making a lot of money right now during the pandemic. And there's a lot of people that are losing their jobs right now. So it's a time of transition. It's a time of change. And when that happens, especially when that happens, there's definitely going to be trades in real estate happening. Always trades in real estate are happening. So that is, where I would start if I am recommending to you to get into real estate. Start researching your own area. Make it easy for yourself. It doesn't have to be a difficult thing to get into. And you know your area the best. You are an expert in your area. You know you know all the goodies in your area. You know what's great. You know what would sell your area. So just stick to what you know. And I think that's a great place to start, especially with your own house. And if you want to take your life up, 10x your life and go to another level and live this extraordinary lifestyle, then you're going to need to get uncomfortable. And I tell my students this all the time, that, this is something that you're going to have to make a decision on, like how badly you want to change what your life's like. You're going to need to get uncomfortable to do that. And that's part of the growth. And that's all good. So when you're uncomfortable, and by the way, opportunity comes to you when you're not ready. So just remember that opportunity comes to you when you're not ready. And it's the people that recognize opportunity and get uncomfortable and do it anyway are the ones that become successful. Oh, hi, Ruth. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for watching and listening today. So I hope this has helped inspired you to get active in your own, like right under your feet. Like just like do something with what you have. Okay, start there. Look at your own street, your own neighborhood. See if there's an opportunity there. If you can purchase a second property, think about doing it close by to where you live. You don't want to have to commute to your job, especially when it's your money on the line and your investment. You need it to be right handy for you so that it's under your nose. Okay, so I hope this is all it helped inspire you to take a closer look at where you already are standing and see if there's a starting point right there where you are. I'm Travey Fines. This is the Flipping Great Life. And I am the Flipping Queen. So I will sign off now. Until next time, I will see you and hear from you, hopefully. Drop me some comments. I really appreciate you all being here. And have a great day. Have a flippin' Thursday. Bye, guys.